fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Tonight, let me take you back to a journey about 25 years ago. Saturday nights, wrestling. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, all these fantastic different wrestlers having a laugh. They all had their what do you call it? Introduction of music. They were acting. They were carrying on like they owned the TV screen. Then somebody told me wrestling is fake. Like, what? Fake? It meant that storylines were created. Everybody had to rehearse, practice to sell the fake message. But at the same time, millions around the world believed it. The fact that they found out it was stage managed, was fake, was almost like Santa Claus is fake as well. No! But for 4 years, it took me on a journey that was like presentation skills were done, acting, all these stuff, and I thought, fascinating how that TV screen has got such power selling essentially a fake message, because what I later learned was that Hulk Hogan and all these other wrestlers were either taking steroids to boost their physique or doing the business by signing contracts, losing matches because it was written in the contract and stuff like this. But let me take you back 10 years ago when I moved to Scotland because of a job at IBM in Greenock. But just before I went there, I was staying with a friend in Bristol, having a really good time, and at night I switched off the light, what I thought was the light. That light was not a light, it was a socket of the fish pond. I don't think I have to tell you what happened. Subsequently, I was politely asked to leave and go somewhere else. To this day, it's like I still haven't replaced the fish. That's another story. When I was told to leave and I had to move, and I went to London, stayed with a friend and met traveling. He said, "I'm going to take you to Toastmasters." And I'm like, "Okay, Toastmasters. What is it?" I'm not going to tell you. And I thought, why wouldn't he tell me? Well, let me tell you, I came to Hammersmith Toastmasters. I can't remember the name of the club, but it was very interesting. You heard speeches, table topics, overachievers. Speeches. You had a sergeant at arms, you had a timer, an eye counter, and I was like, are they really here to learn speeches, or is this acting? And at that point I was like, this isn't for me. Little do I know now. But 2 years later, I was in Greenock, having just done a communication course, which was going well until exam day, because I didn't turn up. I was so frightened of actually doing a speech that I thought, no, I'm not going to do this, not at all. So a friend of mine said, "Oscar, you should go back to London, Toastmasters." I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I went down, this time with a different purpose, and I understood that you need to practice, rehearse, and they want you to succeed. So I got a number of a Glaswegian who turned out to be Jane. All those time ago, and little did I I thought it was a Glaswegian accent, but when I met her, she was from Jordan. A Geordie accent. It was like, interesting, international audience. Toastmasters International. it was at this point that I realized that if you want to improve or change things, you start with yourself. And I know that throughout the years in Toastmasters, you do your speeches, you rehearse, you practice, you do some of the Mad Lib. You know that it doesn't really matter because every speech you learn from something. Sometimes I still had the feeling, no, I'm not going to go. But then I remember that communication course, and I was like, no, I'm not like that anymore. So I stuck it in, even though it was really difficult, finding projects that will challenge me. 40-minute speeches. What luckily is, because they're structured in such a way, you only speak maybe 5 or 6 minutes. You get other people to the majority of their work, called leadership. Delegation. But there are 5 people here in the room. Sorry. There are 5 people who've really been of an influence to me. Kevin Lee, Jim Boyd, Jane Cameron, Jim Davidson, and Avril Stringer. Now these are people, 2 of them are in the room here, who, being a contest chair, president, area governor, make it look so easy. So when you think that, oh, that's really easy, I'm going to do that. So I did. Well, what I didn't realize was that it takes time, effort, practice, rehearsing. Even if you fail, only you know, not the others. So I found that really inspirational to get on the thing that it's inspirational. It's also, I can do that. So I became president, 2 clubs, became area governor, and it looked easy. So maybe other people who saw me think it's easy as well. Now we have here tonight 2 people, Jim Davidson and Jane Cameron, who are distinguished Toastmasters. I will become one of them after this speech. But it also reminds me that what Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates and enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing. So in conclusion, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, Hulk Hogan practiced, rehearsed, staged everything. What was a fake? Toastmasters helped me and lots of other people to inspire, change, and transform people. Thank you.